pretty large coalition of people who have kind of just been concerned about the line itself. It's 50. It had a 50-year life. It's been operating for 70 years. There's lawsuits by the state of Michigan in the Mackinac Straits against the tunnel project, which Enbridge wants to put in to extend the life of this decrepit pipeline that has a lot of anomalies. They have a lot of integrity digs and do a lot of replacements on it already. There's a lawsuit by the Bad River tribe to remove that line from their property and quit the trespass that they've been committing for the last 5 years. Bay Mills, I think, has a lawsuit against them. So there's a lot of actions on this line, one of the most unnecessary lines that a foreign corporation owns in the United States. Their line that was proposed on the other side of Lake Superior wasn't put in because Canada has environmental conditions they couldn't meet, and they have to put in and fund a decommissioning line. So it eventually ended up in the United States here as a shortcut over to Canada, and its shutdown would cause residents in Sarnia, Ontario, Canada, another half-cent per gallon at the pump. Otherwise, Enbridge is just trying to make people believe that they're dependent on cheap oil products from the refinery stuff that gets shipped out of the United States generally, because their oil, tar sands, is very expensive. Nobody wants to buy it because you can frack oil in Montana at $70 a barrel, and you can take oil out of pools in Oklahoma and Texas for $60. Why do you want to pay $120 a barrel, and look at the kind of environmental damage?
Greed and corporate oligarchy is destruction. It's ever hungry. It's Wendigo. And we beat them before. We got stories about beating Wendigo before. It's an ever hungry being. Cannibal is how it's explained a lot. It's a spirit. And the more it eats, the hungrier it gets. And it's insatiable. And that's what we're up against. But we won before. And they were just regular people like you and me. Our ancestors who held on through genocide are people like you and me. And they're not just Indian people anymore. We're human beings. If you guys are going to be here as non-native people, welcome. But play by the family rules. And if you can't, then I guess might want to go back across the pond.
If you want to, where'd it go?
Why I'm here is to be a good ancestor. That's why I'm here on Earth. And do what it takes to make sure that our children have water, their children, 7 generations. We were thought of by these treaty signers. They're our relatives, they're our ancestors, grandparents, direct lineage. And we were thought of. We were loved before we were even on Earth. And we love our children too. And we are going to make sure, just like they held on to this place for us, they held on to ceded territory, they held on to the north end of the island, they held on to our rice beds and our fisheries so that we can live. And we can't live if it's inconsumable. And water's life. We have everything we need to live life on this earth without Line 5, without corporations.